I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
And we're live. Well, welcome to the channel. It's nice to have you. I'm here with, what's your name? Introduce yourself again for the audience.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Taurus. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm mainly a house music producer. I also run a house music community over here. It's called We Are House. I really hope to expand it one day from a local to a global outlook towards the world. I have big ideas with that. And in so many ways, I have made my life a musical. My whole life is now music. I do weddings, I do corporate events, I make music, and then I run music communities. And then with all of that, we all see the world in a different lens, and I think I really enjoy seeing the world through the musical lens. I can connect music to anything, whether it is money, politics, um, you know, women, men, relationships, that kind of stuff. You can always provide a musical outlook towards any type of topic, and I think that's what we're here for today.
Absolutely. It was really nice to have you on the channel. And now we're going to go ahead and kick it off by asking you just a couple questions about economics. This is typically something that we do here at the Foreign Exchange just to get the guests warmed up. Typically, we ask a couple of questions about politics. I want to know what is your take about the situation with Russia and China?
Russia and China. Well, I think we should start with the obvious. There's three powerhouses of the world. It's China, Russia, and of course America. And America has been, on top for a very long time in so many different realms, whether it be the army, financials. America has the most millionaires per capita, right? And there's just so many different, ways that America is number one, and obviously the number two and the number three. It's in their best intention to at one point team up and do something together. What's that saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes.
Right. So I think that's just your classic case of that. And things are every single day. Things are becoming more and more and more interesting. And it's more than what meets the eye. Like, for example, currently Donald Trump, getting arrested, and all that stuff. So, like, why? The front is, Stormy Daniels. Yeah, okay. What's the real reason on right now? They've been trying to put this guy in jail for so many different things, but the Stormy Daniels one, that sticks.
Yeah, that
Okay.
hit. That hit.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. With
Yeah.
that respect about Donald Trump, do you think that he's doing a power play right now? Because he has the money to get out of it. He can lobby this shit forever, and nothing will happen. And I know that there are some guys that have way more money than him that are probably trying to put him in prison. But do you think he's doing a power play?
Yes. So that's a great question, and I really like where this is going already. But so two people to talk about in the same question, right? Your boy Andrew Tate, right?
Yes.
And whether he put himself under arrest, put himself in jail or not, the results are positive. He just came out of jail, but although he suffered 100 days, no technology, none of that stuff. He left a lot of things behind for 100 days. However, on a global scale, he is net positive on that. And I believe also, like, the two most popular men in the entire world, if not three, Elon Musk, would be like Elon, Tate, Trump.
Yeah.
In no order there. Just they're always competing for the top. And Trump and now Tate are facing hardcore legal allegations. So Trump is also net positive on this. I do not think he truly minds doing this. This also takes away from DeSantis's light, which is climbing. It is climbing, right? So from his political opponent, I think this gives him this turns him into a little bit of a martyr.
I see.
So I do see that as a positive play for him. I know he's mad. I know he doesn't like this, but he's an optimistic man. He always has been, and he always finds a good result no matter what. This is the same man Let's just really talk about who we're talking about here. Okay, this is the same man who got inside of the ring with Vince McMahon. Okay,
Yes.
that's who we're talking about. Any publicity is good publicity. Period.
Yes.
Okay, so again, he's going to steer this the proper way. It is a mistake for the left to constantly keep giving this man the light in any realm he's going to win. So that's my take on that.
Well, I do think that um, putting Trump in prison pretty much will benefit a lot of people that don't want him to be elected again. So I think that's probably the main reason. If that was to happen and Sleepy Joe remains in power, then things are just gonna go out of whack. I don't know if this is the power play that the higher ups were planning when they elected Sleepy Joe to have Russia and China form an allegiance and then come out with this brick
Hmm.
proposal
Hmm.
in order to gain control of Europe.
Hmm.
If that was to happen, the U.S. is fucked
A hundred
by any
percent,
metric.
a hundred
By
percent. I
any
mean,
metric.
and I'm Canadian, so I'm up here in Toronto, and like I still don't know what that means for Canada. Like because my leader, fuck, I hate saying that, but Trudeau, Justin Trudeau, is doing a lot of things and following the script, following along for the World Economic Forum. So I don't know if Canada gets destroyed the same way America might. I think we're going to catch some debris, but there
Mhm.
definitely will be, I don't know. I feel somewhat a little bit safer than I would feel right now in America from a financial standpoint. Communism ideals are increasing at rapid speeds in Canada, but because my puppet leader is truly, bending over for the World Economic Forum,
Mhm.
we there might be somewhat behind the scenes where Canada is not doesn't fall behind so much. So
Yeah. Apparently, they're gonna be tying the gold standard. They're gonna back all their currency with assets.
with
S-
resources,
Yeah, yeah,
with
something that is actually tangible, unlike the U.S., which is just the Federal Reserve word
mhm.
on where things are gonna go. But if that was to happen, and Saudi Arabia actually takes the yen as the main currency for oil, what do you think will happen to the economy here in the U.S.? Do you think the gas prices are gonna go up or down?
Up or down. It sounds like it's going to go up.
Yeah,
For this question, it's
a
more much
no-brainer.
more, yeah. But I think on a global scale, because that's what's happening right now. All of these giant moving pieces is for a global purpose. It's going to knock out America, but that's just part of the plan. That's not the main goal, right?
Hmm.
That's like, okay, it's like, that's nice. You knocked them out. Now what? Right? So like, for example, the Taliban that took over Afghanistan, okay? Right? They took over
Hmm.
the government. For decades they wanted to take over the government. Did you know right now because they destroyed the office, so they took over the office. So now there's so many members of the Taliban on Twitter, on social media, complaining about their job. They raided the capital so that they can take over the government, and now the society now depends on the Taliban. Which they're great at taking over the government, but they're not good at running a government. So right? All of a sudden, you have to sit in your chair, and your guns don't matter anymore, right? So there's a lot of issues there. So now bring that to a bigger picture. Now, congratulations, Russia and China. You destroyed America. Saudi Arabia came in. They contributed. Everyone had this play. Congratulations. Now what? Right? You have there is first of all, first right off the bat, turmoil globally. The amount of people that are inclined to die, suffer, how many middle class people will fall into poverty, um, and that kind of stuff. The gap between rich and poor will only increase again on a big scale. So this is all by design. So there's a chaos. I truly believe is coming. Chaos that our generation has never seen. And if you put it into a mathematical terms, I forgot the exact term, but it's called the fourth coming. Do you know about the fourth coming?
Yes, I read about that.
We
I,
are
I had
in
a,
it,
I read about the third. The
right?
third, I think it was. I think it was one of the U.S. presidents that used it, and I don't know if the second was used by Hitler or one of his or Starling. I'm not quite sure.
So basically, I think it's every 80 years, if I'm not mistaken, is the fourth coming. Every 20 years is
Mm.
like some sort of reckonage happens on a global scale. But
Mm.
and for everyone listening, again, I don't have all the facts in front of me at the moment, but just look up the fourth coming. And every 80 years is a catastrophe that lasts 20 years long.
The thing is that is part of some sort of reset.
Of course, of course. So if you look 80 years ago, what was 80 years ago?
World War II. I mean,
World War II, right?
yeah.
And the exact same swing of things, right? There was the true transition from gold, the gold standard, into the U.S. dollar as the
Yes.
global standard, right? So in the exact same time. So here we are now, 80 years later, okay, which is on a mathematical spectrum. We're due for that reckoning, that global reckoning, and we're starting to see it, develop in so many different areas. And I think it's going to be bigger than a World War II thing. We're going to wish World War II was here, and I'm sorry that that's not anti-Semitic in any way whatsoever. I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
the bad times that everybody was in. We're seeing agricultural getting destroyed on purpose, especially in America. There is maps out there that of farms and food plants that have been just set on fire or blown up or accident. A thousand. What is it, like 10,000 chickens accidentally got sick. I seen a giant herd of buffalo all fall dead on overnight, just like in Yellowstone, the show. Train derailments left, right, and center constantly in the last 2 months. Trail derailments every week. There's a catastrophic trail derailment with a chemical on there. Something that just happened in Pennsylvania, correct?
Yes. Yes. I was
Right.
reading about another one recently here that another one got some train carts got derailed in a river here in Ohio. That's aside from the one incident that happened on Palestine.
Mm-hmm. East
And
Palestine,
there's
yes.
this chemical. I forgot the name of the chemical. It's not.
Chloride. The
No, it's a different chemical. Here I just posted it on my Instagram story. Oh, methanol. Methanol.
that was the Pennsylvania one,
Oh yeah,
I
it's it's
believe.
it's
Yeah,
terrible, and it's on the river,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's right on the water. So I wonder what is the power play here. It's it'll be far fetched to say that this is not some sort of plan.
Coincidence. This is
Yeah,
not.
it'll be
Oh,
something to
sorry.
say. Yeah,
You said it's far fetched. Yeah. So in other words,
yeah,
if you do not think something is this,
it's up. You're a
yeah,
fool.
yeah,
It's like, come on. It takes a lot to knock a train out of the
hmm
tracks and
hmm
dump it into the river. You get me? It's heavy and it's carrying how many tons? Like 20 tons or something, or 100
yeah,
tons.
yeah.
It's a lot. So
On my social media in the last couple of years, after all of these things that are obviously by design, whether it's COVID, the train, like you name it, right? I say to my people, if you're saying that this is all just a coincidence at this point in time, you're the conspiracy theorist.
yeah,
You're far fetched.
you only need to open your eyes and you're gonna see a lot of things that have been taking place over time. That when you put them together, it's like, come on, man.
hmm
How long can you play blind?